right now we're going to talk about the new JTech Air Nozzle Air Assist and what is included in the package and how to use it and set it up. Right now, laid before you are all the pieces. It's going to have the Air Assist nozzle, which is the small thing that goes over the lens. We will have a set of 5 half-inch riser pieces to elevate your materials, and they can use a 5mm screw hole to hold them down to clamp them to your table. We have the new Air Assist shielding that has the hole in it, so you can take put the air hose into the middle of it. We'll have 10 feet of air hose. We have this one, which is a little shorter for the demo. We will have an Iot relay, which is important because you have to have the air pump turn off when the laser is not running. You don't want it blowing on the embers and creating any possible flare-ups. The Iot relay will have a cable with it and a connector on the Iot relay. We'll show you how to put that on. And then air pump, optional air pump. If you have an air pump already, then you can use it. It has a 1/4-inch tubing hose on it. We have included the adapter here, which will go with the air pump. And we have a Velcro strap to hold the air hose using. All right, now let's talk about setting it up. All right, first things first. First thing we're going to do is attach this air nozzle into the air pump so that we have the 1/4-inch adapter in it, and we can put another side of the hose to it. This hose will go on here and go on like a barb here, and we're going to take this and move it out of the way. Will come with a 10-foot hose, so you can put it all the way through the cable chains if you want, and have it kind of coming out with your normal laser cords if you want to. Okay, the next thing we're going to show is the Iot relay. The Iot relay is going to have an input on it on the side right here, and it's going to have this green plug. We have included a 16 gauge wire here for you to be able to put the plug into. The other side of it will go into your JTech laser driver. The terminal H2 here is the screw terminal, and we can put that into the other side here. So the right hand side is going to be the plus, and the left hand side is going to be the minus. You can see it if you look in there, there's plus and minuses in here. So we're going to take this and put it in here. Just make sure you get it into the holes. It's a little thick wire because that's what we found out the relay really likes to have. It needs a little thick wire to be able to go into the other side of the screw terminal. So this other side of the screw terminal, make sure you have it, the red is on the left and the black is on the right. You'll notice on it right here is plus and minus. So it's a little reversed on ours, is plus and minus. It's right hand side's plus, left hand side's black. On theirs, right hand side's black. Ours is red theirs is red on the left side. So you can just click that into there, and your Iot relay's all ready to go. And then we'll put the laser driver back with all of its connections as well. Remember to, if you do take it off like this, the laser goes here, input goes there, power, and fan right there. All right, so the other thing to know about the Iot relay is that there's going to be a couple connections here. You're going to want to connect this Iot relay in the normally off position. So it's these two here on this side. So we're just going to connect our air pump into this side right here, and then we'll go plug this into an outlet, a normal outlet with this plug, and then turn it on with this switch to enable that Iot relay. All right, the next thing we're going to do is install the Air Assist. You need to make sure your laser driver is turned off. None of the fans are spinning. I'm just going to unplug mine just to make extra careful, because we don't want to accidentally turn the laser on when you would have it off of the mount. So I'm going to take it off the mount. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to take the lens shielding off the front here. You can just pop the sides off a little bit, just move them a teeny bit, and it pops right off. And you'll see the lens inside, and that's the silver thumb screw on the lens holder. What we're going to do is we're going to take our air nozzle and line it up onto that lens, and there's going to be a set screw that you can attach onto the lens. So we're going to take this and just put it so that it's the air nozzle is, the brass tube is in the front, and we're just going to push it on, and it should fit in nicely. You're going to feel some spring tension a little bit on it. Try not to rotate it too much. It doesn't matter if it rotates a little bit, but just keep it in the front there. And then we're going to use our M3 Allen wrench, and we're going to put it on the set screw, and it should be it should not be able to come off. You should be able to rotate it, but let's keep it forward. And then the next thing we're going to do is put on the air assist shielding here. And you can put that on by just taking it, doing the same kind of trick. I take my 2 fingers and my thumbs, press it in with my thumbs, and I move the 2 fingers like that, so it kind of moves this out a little bit. And you'll see that the air assist shielding is now on, which then allows you to plug it back in. Hold on, plug it back in here. Alright, so we're going to get it back in on here. I'm just going to plug this back in as well. Still have the laser driver turned off, so the fans aren't going to come on right now. But now we can go and take our air hose. If you have it in your cable chains, that's kind of what I suggest if you're going to use this a lot. But I'm just going to do this for this demo here. It's just going to be right in the front. The thing we want to next do is make sure that we don't have it, the air hose is not going to turn the lens. So what we want to do is take the air hose and put it up and grab it, this Velcro strap, and you can zip tie it too if you want to, especially if you're doing a project you really don't want it to move. But we included this little like Velcro strap thingy, and it's going to be pretty good to kind of keep it tight and just in there. We're just going to move this stuff just for this little demo video. We're going to just make it like that. That's not how I would suggest doing it in the future, but that's how we're doing it for this real quick video. All right, now we're going to adjust the laser. So we're going to move the laser over to just the place where we want it to be. Let's just cut maybe. All right, so let's go right there. Now we're going to notice that it's pretty high up there. We have those focusing tools. The focusing tool you can see. Why don't we move the z-axis down like we normally do when we focus the laser. So we're going to move it down. And you're going to move it down until, I actually do it until like the front or the back, or one of these places is going to start hitting first. Okay, the front is definitely hitting first on this one. You might have a little bit of angle in your on your mount or something like that, or it's not perfectly square. I don't necessarily have mine all trammed and all that stuff. So the front hits a little bit more first on mine, but just make sure that you have it so you can slide it through the whole thing. So I'm going to just put it up one more there. Okay. And then now we're going to be ready to go. I'm going to show you the settings we used for the cut on our computer now.
All right, so we're just going to do a quick little circle here. We're just going to cut out a circle. We're going to make it 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch. And it's not necessarily about the circle. That's what we're going to do here. We're going to do the settings for it. So we're going to have it over here. We're going to have a line. Double click this for the settings. This one we're going to do a little bit overkill, just because we want it to cut all the way through and fall down. You know, you can figure out what the settings need to be for your particular wood. In this case, we're using the birch plywood from Home Depot, the 1/4 inch. We're doing a speed of 10 inches per minute, but it can probably be around 11 or 12. And you can mess with the speed and the number of passes to get it to burn all the way through, cut all the way through. We're going to do, here we're going to do 10 inches per minute at 5 passes, and we're going to go down in Z 0.025 per pass. And so it's going to go down a little bit each pass, 0.025. You can figure it out by, we kind of leave that 1/8 of an inch. This is why the focusing is important, is that you want to have that 1/8 of an inch. So We just took the 1/8 of an inch and then divided by how many passes we're going to have, and that's how you come up with that number. When you're focusing, just make sure you focus it so there's a little bit of room so you're not going to hit the material, because it's on the last pass. It's going to go almost basically to the top of that material, and so that's how we figured that out. So after we figure out how many passes you want and your speed, now we're ready to cut.
Okay, make sure that our IoT relay is plugged in, so the error is going to start right when it starts firing. And it's going to get noisy here in a second, so let's press start. Okay, let's move it over. And it cut right through. Probably could have done a little less power than that, or less passes. Yeah, cut right through. Did a little good cut there, and didn't burn the wasteboard too much. It's because it wasn't right underneath it. But let's try our